long-awaited provincial pension report concludes an Alberta pension plan would cost less and earn more than the CPP. The Premier is celebrating the report's findings, while the opposition and financial experts say it sounds too good to be true, because it is. Jeremy Thompson reports.
I believe that an Alberta pension plan would be fairer and could make life more affordable for all Albertans.
3 years after the Fair Deal panel recommended exploring a provincial pension, independent financial group LifeWorks has concluded it is possible for Alberta to withdraw from the Canada Pension Plan, and Alberta workers would save up to $1,400 a year on contributions while receiving the same or better benefits.
Alberta is the economic engine of Canada, and our young population, our nation-leading employment rate, and higher pensionable earnings means that we're providing an outsized contribution to CPP.
The report's optimistic outlook relies on extracting $334 billion from the Canada Pension Plan to kickstart the provincial version, which is more than half of the plan's current assets. That figure is based on Alberta's contributions to the CPP since it was created in 1966. Economist Trevor Toombs says the calculation is wildly off base.
Certainly, it's not practical. If it were applied to Alberta, Ontario, and BC, you'd have 128% of the assets that would need to pay out, like more than exist.
The numbers that are in this report are make-believe.
The opposition is slamming the pension report. Rachel Notley says by threatening to pull out of CPP, Alberta is picking a fight with all Canadians by jeopardizing the national pension pool. She believes the Premier will use it as a bargaining chip with Ottawa.
When it comes to our retirement security, that is not a tool to be used in partisan political games of the day. It's just not. And so they need to stop.
And for more on this now, Jeremy Thompson is joining us live. Okay, so Jer, how is the federal government responding to this announcement today?
Well, Aaron, Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland did not want to weigh in directly, but she did call the CPP one of the crown jewels of Canada, a source of security that ensures Canadians a safe and dignified retirement. And the CPP Investment Board is also weighing in. It, too, says the report's estimate of what Alberta is entitled to, that $334 billion figure, is off base.
Okay, Jeremy, thank you. Well, the province has formed an engagement panel to find out what you think about an Alberta pension plan. As Amanda Anderson reports, the feedback will determine whether the APP goes to a referendum.
We want to hear what you believe. It's your pension, so it's your choice.
For now, the idea of a provincial pension plan is just talk.
We know that you have a lot of questions about a potential Alberta pension plan. Questions about portability, governance structure, and who would make investment decisions to keep an APP sustainable, stable, and as safe as the CPP.
A plan the UCP government says would mimic the Quebec pension plan.
Employees would be able to move and work throughout other provinces and territories without disrupting their benefits.
In order for that to work, Horner says agreements would be needed with CPP and the QPP.
Whether you're moving, from Alberta elsewhere or from elsewhere to Alberta, you would still receive one check, but the combined information and benefit. That would be our expectation.
The report leaves this economics professor with a lot of questions.
The main thing that I would concern myself with is how that money is being invested so I can get a pension.
He says things like the legality of Alberta taking 50% of the CPP fund is another big one.
By leaving a large fund like the CPP, you're exposing yourself to non-diversification risk. So how are you compensating for that?
Both the economist and the finance minister agree the plan is not without risks, since demographic and financial projections can change. Former Progressive Conservative Finance Minister Jim Dinning is in charge of the panel that will be asking the public for input and answering questions.
We ask Albertans to read the report, look at the facts, participate in the discussions, and then tell us what they think.
After consultations, the government will decide if the issue should go to a referendum for a vote.
Unless I have incredibly detailed, precise, and legal answers, I'm voting no.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The province is advising Albertans, as you heard there, to read the LifeWorks report on an Alberta pension plan. You can scan that QR code that you see there on your screen to find a full copy of the report on our website.